Hello, thanks for stopping by. Perhaps you're curious about how my mystery novels get written. At least people often ask me about that. I usually give them old Somerset Maugham's answer. There are three rules to writing a novel. Unfortunately, nobody knows what they are. I do know one thing about my own process, and that is I nearly always start with the premise of some sort, an idea that echoes around in my head until a storyline begins to coalesce around it. For instance, the my latest novel, Evil in Return, I think probably began when I was reading about the jihadists and the thinking about the cycles of violence and retribution throughout history. Arab against Jew, Shiite against Sunni, Hindu against Muslim, Catholic against Protestant, and on and on. Always driven by, or at least justified by, some principle, often a religious principle, which led me to think about our own Native American societies here in the United States that also were governed by principle. I grew up in Oklahoma, and so I know something about the Cherokee. A principle that was important in the among the Cherokee people was that their word could be trusted. They kept their promises. In the 19th century, the Cherokee negotiated several treaties with the United States. The Cherokee never broke a treaty. The United States broke every one of them. Another principle that was important to the Cherokee was clan loyalty. If you did harm to a member of my clan, I had an absolute obligation to retaliate, not necessarily against you, but against a member of your clan. That idea began to form a storyline for me. Suppose a contemporary Cherokee becomes obsessed with the evils done his people in historical time and accepts the obligation to retaliate against the identifiable descendants of someone who had committed an atrocity against the Cherokee. In other words, to retaliate against his clansmen. Uh, Evil in Return, by the way, the title of that book comes from a W.H. Auden line. Those to whom evil is done do evil in return. So that's the premise. It's not the story. The story is largely told from the point of view of a young woman who is captured by our obsessive Cherokee and held captive in a decaying Gold Coast mansion on the North Shore of Long Island, and how she plans to escape using the only strategy that's available to her. By the way, that's the first time I've ever written a book from the point of view of a female protagonist. I'd be interested to learn whether you think I manage that point of view effectively. Uh, you can click on the contact tab in this website, and that will take you to an email where you could send me your reactions to this book or anything else that you may have seen in what I've written. I'd be glad to hear from you. While we're talking about principle, one of mine is that I always answer my mail. Thank you again for dropping by, and remember, life is a mystery.
Okay, good. We'll just do a little short No, it's about the same. 1 second, the same.
Was it?
The last time I think it was 4:58. This is 4:58.